And good afternoon, dear viewers. Me Soy here. Today is a video commentary. A friend of mine asked me about this question. Shout out to my boy out there. Let's talk about something a lot of artists struggle with. Not being able to draw without a reference. Or short, drawing purely from imagination. Drawing creatively. This is actually a super common question, and I want to share my thoughts in this video. So let's talk about this friend of mine. Let's call him Jester. I believe Jester is very talented. He's very gifted. He's a good artist. He seriously has a sharp eye and can copy any face almost perfectly. Actually, in real life, he does realism or portraits of people. He's very good at that thing. I can vouch for that. However, since I know him personally, he does not or struggle with to draw strictly from memory, or like he really relies with reference heavily, and he's been bugging me. He's been asking me, Misoy, how do I overcome this problem? So this is merely my opinion. However, I think this all comes down from experience. Jester, if you're watching, Jester is actually very talented. He has an honest gift. I know because I've seen it. However, he doesn't put the work in his talent. He doesn't put his talent to work. He rarely practices much, and he isn't really drawing all the time. Although he's very talented, he doesn't practice all the time. And Jester, if you're watching this, if you're listening, you can't skip the fundamentals. You gotta go through with it before you want to build a house. You want to build a foundation. A foundation is the platform for your talent to grow. So, what do you do with this? You gotta practice, practice, and practice. Although it might get boring, although you wanna rest, you gotta practice, man. Because before any plant or any flower to grow, you gotta water it every day. So, what can I give an advice to you? You gotta learn to love the game. You gotta learn to love the process. Because listen, I actually had this kind of problem. Well, sort of, kinda. Well, just listen to my story, man. I had this kind of problem years ago. I don't know when was it, but it was during when I was learning to draw. Back then, I was very addicted to Dragon Ball. I couldn't really draw anything aside from Dragon Ball. It was Goku, Vegeta, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, all thing, another variation of Super Saiyan. I just couldn't draw without them. So, and the problem is, I genuinely like drawing, bro. I really like drawing. I like the process. I like sketching. So, although it was a painful decision at that time, although it was very daunting, I guess, I ditched drawing Dragon Ball. I practiced certain things. I practiced posing. I practiced architecture. I practiced realism. Practiced coloring. All sorts of that. I drew outside my what I consider at that time my expertise. I was really bad at it, but yeah, you get the point. Yeah, man. What can I say? Just go out of your comfort zone. Listen. So let me give you a constructive step. I know this guy in person. He is a very good artist. He's a portrait artist. He does art. So, my personal advice, since you do portraits already, learn coloring, man. Like color shading, shape, how light interacts with an object. And when you're done with that, you can learn posing or human anatomy. It really helps your drawing, because you wanna draw creatively, right? And after that, you can learn perspective. After perspective, you can learn background or architecture. You don't have to be a master of it. You just gotta learn. You gotta apply it to your routine, man. Like draw, draw, draw. You gotta draw when you're shooting. You gotta draw when you're jacking off. You gotta do it when you're fucking. Anything. Draw just everywhere is all I can say it to you, man. Anyway, shout out to my boy out there. Thank you for listening or tuning in for my yapping session. Leave a like and subscribe. Yeah.